What's up, tricksters, and welcome to another episode of Yoru to Immortal series, a series where I'm teaching you my best Radiant tips, tricks, and strategies for Yoru. In the previous episode, we've reached Ascendant 1 with 100% win rate, so let's see if we can maybe get yet another double rank up to Ascendant 3. If you have any questions about Yoru, feel free to ask me down in the comments, or you can join my Discord server for professional Valorant coaching. Also, all of these games are streamed live on my Twitch channel, so you can tune into my daily streams and get some useful tips for your ranked grind. Other than that, let's hop into our first game for today, baby! I'm sad to inform you, but we lost our 100% win rate immediately in this gaming session, because we had a bit of a toxic teammates that were not willing to play and win. The main reason why I'm showing you every loss and every win, as well as some good and some bad plays, is for you to understand what it truly means to be consistent in Valorant, and what is actually the Radiant level of consistency. And obviously, I'm not a machine and I don't always make the best plays, so we gotta learn from our mistakes as well. First thing that you need to understand is that 40% of gunfights, rounds, and games are simply out of your control. Valorant is a team play game with enormous amount of RNG factors, thus having a 100% win rate on a sample of 100 games is literally impossible in ranked solo queue. So realistically, what you're aiming for is 60% win rate, which is achievable for any player in this game. Now, when people talk about this topic, they usually only think about the mechanical consistency, basically your ability to always get the kills no matter what. Of course, that is important, and you should have a proper warm-up and aim training routines that are focusing on your raw mechanical problems. At the end of the day, we're still playing an FPS game, and we need to shoot properly in order to kill our enemies. But what is even more important is your overall gameplay consistency, if you want to see gradual and consistent improvements. Valorant is the game where shooting mechanics are extremely inconsistent compared to other FPS games, and there are a lot of problems. Also, breaching mechanical skill ceilings is one of the hardest things for majority of the FPS community. For a lot of players, no matter how much you train your mechanics, you will never become better than an average Radiant player. But thankfully, in Valorant you don't need to have that level of mechanics in order to be at the top. That's why if you truly want to rank up faster, you never want to exclusively rely on your mechanical skill, and essentially the amount of kills that you take doesn't matter that much. As long as you understand how to counter enemies, how to support your teammates, how to close out the rounds, how to get impactful kills, and how to reduce the amount of unnecessary deaths, you're on the right path. So instead of relying on your aim, mechanical skill, and random teammates, you should primarily try to polish out the skill sets that are consistent and that can guarantee you winning more matches. You need to figure out how you can fight enemies on your own terms and create gunfights that are working in your favor. Every coaching session, I start with 3 very simple definitions that every player needs to implement within their mindset. Valorant is the game of numbers that is played on smart gambling, where we're trying to remove everything that is inconsistent and we want to rely only on consistent skill sets. In Valorant, we always want to play on our strengths while either avoiding or fixing our weaknesses, if they are fixable. A consistent Valorant player is the player which gameplay relies on solid game knowledge, good game decisions, superb levels of ranked team play, high adaptiveness, strong communication, positive mentality and attitude, combined with proper training and preparation before their games. If you fully understand these 3 pillars, fundamentals of Valorant, your grind is going to be 10 times easier. Now, yes, if you think that you can win over 60% of your 50-50 duels in some specific elo, and your raw mechanics are your main strength, you can maybe brute force ranks all the way up to Radiant, which is almost impossible for 99% of Valorant community. But even then, if you already have strong mechanics, why don't you become an even stronger player? Personally, I would say that my mechanical skill as a Radiant player is nothing special. My skill ceiling is not allowing me to become some godlike aimer, and there's rarely any moments of time where I'm the match MVP in high elo. That's why I usually say that my aim is the bikini bottom of Radiant. But I'm still able to consistently reach Radiant every episode without any real struggle, because I'm relying on my brain over the aim and on consistent gameplay. And of course, don't get it mistaken, my aim is not that bad and I invested a lot of hours into mechanical training, but I cannot take clean 50-50 duels against someone such as Scream, for an example. So, to sum it up, every single one of you that is watching this video can become charlatan, and I guarantee you that you can reach my levels of consistency as long as you're willing to put in some consistent time and hard work inside of this game. Remember that hard work, smart training, dedication, using your brain at 120%, relying on consistent skill sets, settings, hardware and gameplay is everything that you need to become Radiant or even a professional player. Of course, if you want to go pro, there are some other variables as well, but you can at least reach Radiant. So being consistent in everything that you do and having a proper mindset is much more important than being the aim demon and mindlessly playing ranked 24/7 without any real results. Now let's start with some actual educational gameplay. Second match we're playing on Breeze, and I'm setting up this teleport in the A main for some potential aggressive outplay through enemy Viper's ultimate. Here I'm simply applying pressure onto enemies with this spam because there is absolutely nothing better for me to do at this moment of time. Remember my friends, the more things you try during your gameplay, the more success you're going to find, or maybe some lucky kills through smokes. This teleport was mega risky, but whenever you end up in numbers disadvantage, you need to take more risk, because playing in a default way in this 3v5 post plant against Viper ultimate won't give us any higher chances of winning this round. After this teleport, I'm just keeping my location a secret, because enemies don't know if I maybe did a fake teleport, and using ultimate in this 2v4 scenario would just be a complete waste. Also, I'm waiting to see if any enemies are going to be undisciplined and maybe go for some as per usual solo peeks.
Viper was here.
As soon as we ended up in a 2v2 scenario, I'm using my ultimate to scout for remaining enemies. And with Yoru's ultimate, you're always searching for best possible angles and utility combo in order to take some free kills. You don't need to rush things out, take your time and use your brain.
Yeah.
Here.
I'm back.
Nice.
In this round, based on enemy's pattern of pushing and ultimate status, I'm gambling that they're going to end up on B site. Whenever you're 90% certain that enemies are going to push a specific site on which you're playing at that moment of time, you don't want to use instant teleports for fast rotations. At the start of this round, I've placed this aggressive clone so that I can counter Izo's ultimate, and I've used this teleport once I heard enemies in B main so that I can potentially go for some outplays at the backside.
In?
Yeah.
After killing Jet, I'm simply applying pressure onto enemies with my utility, keeping my location a secret and searching for perfect angle from which I can take some easy kills.
One enemy remaining.
That's one there.
Nice. Good job.
I drifted there a bit, bro. In this round, enemies didn't do what I thought they're going to. But remember, my friends, that Yoru's clone is one of the biggest counters for Izo, and you should always prepare this type of a play to counter his ultimate. But in order to counter Izo, you need to read the game and enemy's pattern of pushing. There are a lot of rules that I follow in my gameplay that allow me to easily read enemies over 80% of time on defense. But two most common rules that ranked players follow on attack are AB pattern and rule of fear. Editor Frost, while I'm preparing this setup to protect my cipher, please show to our dear tricksters the meaning of these two rules.
It's you and me.
Oh, he got you.
One enemy remaining.
Now this round is the proof that you don't need good aim in order to be Radiant. You simply need good positioning and brain. With Yoru, same as with any other agent and on any other map, keep Shorty as your primary secondary weapon during full buy rounds. It will come in handy if you position yourself properly.
One down. Reloading.
One enemy remaining.
Wait.
He missed the flash.
Nice.
You're so mean.
Really
This is exactly what I was talking about at the start of this video. As long as you have a consistent good gameplay with proper mentality that cannot be impacted by previous results or some external factors, you will consistently rank up no matter what type of teammates you're getting and no matter how you feel in terms of your mechanics that specific day. In the next game I was just performing my default Yoru plays and I was supporting my teammates that were already good. In these type of games you don't need to sweat out and force yourself to perform some specific outplays. Just relax, support your team with good utility and remember, a win is a win. There will be plenty of games where we'll have to sweat out and carry our team, especially because we're already playing against some Immortal 3 players. And by the way, on my Discord server, you can access the Yoru ranked playbook, which is going to help you a lot when it comes to mastering this agent's utility usage and understanding what are the best default setups on every single map in Valorant. The next game was similar to the previous one, and this day I was aiming like a boosted gorilla. But thankfully, my brain was still radiant, so here's a nice clutch for you.
Fuck.
You're done.
Fuck me, the anal.
There's Chamber B.
Backside.
Go kill him quick.
Bro, I'm so bad this game, man. Like, I don't know what's happening.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Remember, my friends, that whenever you take 2 kills, you get an additional teleport, so use it wisely.
Cutting through. Fake teleport.
Nice. Well played.
Attackers win.
Now, if I do any commentary on this specific game, I'm probably going to get banned on YouTube because of this raise, so let's simply move on to Haven. In this round, I'm using my first teleport for fast rotation into CT, and in the previous episodes of this series, I've explained when you want to use your teleports for fast rotations and when you want to use them for some outplays on the bomb site. So if you don't want to miss any important information for your grind in the future, I highly recommend you to hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like to boost the algorithm, baby. The reason why I'm playing A site is because it is our default site on Haven, and also on this map, whenever enemy killjoy has her ultimate, chances are above 80% that enemies will try to execute A site with that ult, unless they're playing some kind of an eco round. Also, whenever you're defending A site, this needs to be your starting position. A lot of players make a mistake where they play too passively and they sell all of this map control for free, which is really bad. You need to get information whether or not some enemies are crossing the A main area of the map, so that your teammates can make better game decisions and so that they can rotate faster. If you start way too passive on the site, enemies can shift up all the way to the choke points, explode onto site and run you down, while you have zero support from your team. You can simply hold some tight safe angle like this, try to get an initial pick without any commitments, and gather information for your team. Don't be a passive gorilla. But since we're playing Yoru with a teleport, I'm playing a bit more aggressive on the left side, and I'm using my clone as a bait.
Rotating.
Okay.
As soon as I made numbers advantage, I'm instantly doing a reset and I'm regrouping with my allies to play on a refrag potential. But I'm also setting up my second improvised teleport for this corner on the bomb site, which is very easy to throw and you don't need any specific lineups for that TP. Setting up teleport in that corner is a really good idea for retakes because you can use it in 2 different ways. Numero uno, you send one flash towards teleport, use fake teleport before your flash hits this corner, enemies are going to turn towards teleport's position, which is a natural instinct for most players, to check if you're actually teleported, they will get fully blinded, then you can simply engage them from tower or CT with your teammates in various different ways. Numero dos. When your teammates are distracting enemies and they're going for a retake, use that teleport in combination with this flash in order to blind enemies under tower and behind backside. Simply get some free kills and additional space for your team. In the next round, we're playing 2 versus 4 retake, and I'm patiently waiting for my Reyna to get a bit closer before I use my ultimate to reveal enemies on the bomb site.
Don't get it. I'll handle this.
One here. 2 city, 2 city.
2 backside, 2 CT, 1 heaven, 2 CT, 1 heaven.
Last
And in this 1 versus 3 situation, I was simply using my utility to split enemies into 1 versus 1 gunfights. I've used this flash to distract Killjoy and Jet while I'm dealing with Sage that is on tower.
2 backside, 2 CT, 1 heaven, 2 CT, 1 heaven.
last player standing.
I'm back.
And then I was trying to distract enemies in CT with this teleport, but instead I hit a really good timing onto Killjoy while she was using her nanoswarms.
Cutting through. Fake teleport.
One enemy remaining.
Speed.
Okay.
One enemy remaining.
Good guys.
Attackers win.
Now after this game, we won another easy match on Ascent, and we ranked up to Ascendant 2, baby! So let's move on to our final match for today on Haven again. This time we're on the attacker side. Whenever you have Yoru's ultimate on attack, usually the best idea is to call for a 5-man push onto some bomb site. Because with your ultimate you can reveal enemies for your teammates and then either push them back or you can engage them with your utility together with your allies. If you find some opportunity like this.
Cutting through.
Wanna go back? You can go into your molly. I don't know.
I'm back. Looking for me. Fake teleport.
Go out chamber.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Yes,
City, I
TP.
think.
Just
City.
go TP.
To be honest, I have no idea how this Immortal Killjoy didn't kill me, but a bit of luck is always appreciated when you're grinding in the Valorant ranked hell. Now, after 18 games, we didn't keep our 100% win rate, but we did manage to go from unranked to Ascendant 2 in a record-breaking time on a fresh new account. Yay! But don't you worry, there's still plenty of tips, tricks and strategies that I need to teach you, and we're definitely going to remake this series all the way up to Radiant, because Yoru is a really fun agent to play and master. Same as Jet, Raze and Omen. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you, my dear tricksters, in the next episode.